Welcome to the walkthrough of the frequently made mistakes I encountered when reviewing Assignment 1A submissions in my CS 395 class in the spring of 2023. First, please comment your code thoroughly or your code will not be reviewed. Likewise, please don't remove the to-do tags since it makes it hard to review your code. Once again, henceforth submissions with these tags removed will not be reviewed. Let's go ahead now and take a look at some of the issues I saw when reviewing the movies syncs proxy file. So this code here is unnecessarily complicated. Please take a look at the bearer quotes example to see how to write this code. You're adding way too many things here. This code is also way too complicated. Once again, please see the bearer quotes example to see how to write this code. Also, and I'll mention this several times, please reformat your code so it doesn't go off the right side of the screen like this. Let's take another look at a problem with a proxy call, which is called get movies. Once again, please reformat the code so it doesn't spin off the right side of the code. Also, don't use the from HTTP URL movie base URL since that information is already available via the mmovies REST template. If you take a look at the bearer quotes example, you'll see how to do this right. And don't write your code so it runs off the right side of the screen. Let's take a look at an issue with search movies. So don't be hard coding addresses. In fact, there's no need to use this from URI string at all. Take a look at the bearer quotes example. You'll see how it works. Don't hard code magic strings here, but use default defined constants like get search. And this is also just the wrong way to pass the query. So take a look at the bearer quotes example to see how to do that. So let's come down here and let's take a look at some issues with the components file. Please don't use loops or if-else statements in your code, but instead use Java streams. This was stated very clearly in the specification. Another issue down here, please use Java streams instead of what's being shown down below. Once again, that was in the specification of the assignment. Let's take a look at some issues with the movies controller file. This is the wrong path name to pass to get mapping. Check out the bearer quote example for pointers on how to do this correctly. And this is also the wrong annotation to use when using the for this particular type of mapping and get mapping. So take a look at the bearer quotes example for pointers on how to do this correctly. Don't understand why a new service is being allocated here. This makes no sense and completely defeats the purpose of using auto-wired for the local field, so make sure you fix that. Once again, the bearer quotes example shows you exactly what to do. Please don't define your methods to return response entity, but just return the actual types directly, like list movie instead of response entity list movie. There's no need or no benefit of doing this. Down here, we're now taking a look at the implementations in the movie search file. So here, please don't use loops or if-else statements, but use Java streams as we talked about in class. Please reformat your code so it doesn't run off the screen to the right. And also here, please use toList instead of collect toList. And also, good rule of thumb to get into is just return these values directly. So return the results directly instead of using a local variable. Down here, please don't use equals, but instead use contains. The comments clearly state that, and the tests expect that. So make sure you run your tests because otherwise they will fail and you'll get low scores. Once again, please get in the habit of using toList here instead of collect toList. This code won't work since you have to compare each movie with all the queries, and that's not what's happening here. I'm not quite sure what this is doing, but it's not doing what you think it's doing. And once again, please use toList instead of collect toList. And down here, reformat the code so it doesn't run off the screen to the right. This is way too long. Split it up so you can comment it also. So you make sure you comment your code thoroughly, just like I do in all my examples in class. And please use Java streams instead of using Java 7 style features and using the if statements and other things like that. Down here, please replace the call to map with the queries.stream.anyMatch. Figure out how to do that. And once again, please reformat your code so it doesn't go sliding off the end of the screen. I think you're going to have to fix other things here too, because this code needs to be made more concise by using anyMatch. So those are the problems I saw when reviewing assignment 1A submissions. Some people did not submit assignment 1A properly, so they did not receive a review, or they did not submit it by the deadline. Henceforth, if you don't submit it correctly with the proper form, with the proper GitHub maintainer status given to me, you will simply receive a 0 for the assignment. So make sure that you meet deadlines and make sure you follow the instructions so that things can be reviewed in a prompt and effective manner.